Vietnam Crypto Insights. I have a special guest here, Bruno. Have to help me with the last name.
Skvorc. Yep. Very good. Very good.
Wonderful. Polygon, one of the top leading developer relations guys there. And thanks for coming on and taking your very, very limited time for us. We have a very low, we don't have a lot of subscribers, but I do imagine out of the 200, almost 200 subscribers we've got a lot of devs, because a lot of the people that I've met here in Vietnam at the workshops or whatnot, a lot of them are devs. So, I'm sure that they'll be interested on your thoughts on this. I connected with you a couple weeks ago when you were on the Spaces, and you were talking about the new Agglayer with Polygon.
Yep.
And I just reached out to you because one of the former founders of Polygon, who actually broke off, I'm sure you already were aware of the story, but just for the audience sake, I think it was Anurag Arjun, one of the founders for Polygon. He actually broke off and started AVAIL, and he was here. And I'd asked him, and we did a little short interview. I'd ask him, okay, you have this AVAIL, and it's supposed to eliminate the fragmentation issue, be an interoperability solution for the blockchain space. And I look and behold, I see that Polygon is doing the same thing. So I don't know if you could. So I just wanted to have you come on here and kind of elaborate and explain what's going on, because it seems like it's kind of a redundant thing, because you guys are doing the same thing, even though he broke off, started his own chain. And but I just wanted to see if you can explain to us the differences and maybe shed some light on that for our audience.
So AVAIL is primarily a data availability provider. So he started a very popular and successful data availability chain solution where rollups can store their information as their proofs are being submitted and finalized on the mainnet of their choice. The Agglayer is a different beast. The Agglayer is meant to foster interoperability between chains and do unified liquidity of tokens across these different chains, combine all the rollups into one unified whole without having them sacrifice their sovereignty. Now, in terms of the similarities between, say, AVAIL Nexus and Agglayer, the concept is similar. The ideas are similar, but comparing code bases, it just seems that Agglayer is much further along. As they evolve their stack, we will look for opportunities to dive into what they're building. They will look for opportunities to dive into what we are building. We will share knowledge and collaborate however we can. But in general, I think Agglayer is by far the most advanced, technically realized aggregation solution out there right now. And it's by far not the only one. And AVAIL is not the only competition there. Like, there's plenty other projects that are attempting a similar thing. It's just that we'll see, the pie is big enough for multiple. And we will all learn from each other. It's all open source in the end, and it's all going to contribute to one unified whole ecosystem so that we reduce the fragmentation. So yeah, that's pretty much it. The ideas are similar, but code base wise, the Agglayer is much further along.
Okay, and do you guys, what is the, I know that they had a concept with the data availability layer. Is that something that you guys are utilizing as well?
So data availability helps rollups retain the data that's needed to reproduce their proofs after their proofs have been settled on an L1. And there are many data availability providers. We are unopinionated about this. When you're using Agglayer, you can use any data availability provider that you like. That can be AVAIL, that can be Celestia, that can be whatever else you want. But in general, we don't really care much. As long as you're using something, you can even use your own data availability committee, which is a kind of like this mode in the CDK, in the chain development kit that we have, where the nodes that are running your chain are also running your data availability, which is basically the default how chains used to run so far. So We don't care. They have a data availability solution, and I'm sure that many chains will choose that one. I'm also sure that many chains will choose many of the other DAs that are showing up, popping up left and right. So yeah, the Agglayer is unopinionated about this. I am assuming that AVAIL will, if not demand, then recommend people use AVAIL's DA.
Yeah, I noticed I went to their website and you guys already having a partnership. I guess when he left, there wasn't any bad blood between Polygon and AVAIL, but I guess he wanted to do his own thing. But I was just wondering, are you guys also using the same kind or plan on using the same type of consensus mechanism? I know that he told me they were using nominated proof of stake or something to that effect. And I don't know if you could explain.
Well, he was talking about DA specifically. So we are not doing DA, and so we can't really compare these apples and oranges. Consensus mechanisms apply to blockchains and not to generalized solutions of things. So the Agglayer itself is not a blockchain. The Agglayer is just a layer of collaboration of mathematical proof generation between chains. When they submit those proofs, those proofs are aggregated, and then that is submitted to Ethereum, to the L1. So we do not have any kind of consensus that we need to reach here. So there are no consensus mechanisms to actually utilize.
Oh, okay. And would you define? I mean, I have to excuse my ignorance on this. I have an IT background, but I'm not a dev by any blockchain by any means. But would you explain the difference? I mean, are you guys using like a bridge for this purposes, or is this?
The Agglayer is a set of kind of, you can see the Agglayer as some middleman infrastructure which accepts proofs, mathematical proofs from different chains, different rollups that say that their state has changed successfully and validly. So when a chain state changes, the chain will submit the proof of that valid change to the Agglayer layer. And inside of that Agglayer layer, chains can communicate with each other directly before that proof is sent to Ethereum 1 for settlement. This enables really quick communication between the chains. And then when it's settled on Ethereum, then this entire change or change of changes has been settled and finalized. And so this means that the chains are now like validly communicating, that their communication has been confirmed and finalized. There is a bridge called a unified bridge, which is already in production and used by certain apps and bridges, where you're actually transferring the same token across many different chains through this one bridge. So it's one bridge, one canonical bridge, through which everything else flows. This allows you to have USDT on one chain, USDT on another chain, but it all shows you a balance of just one USDT, right? And so, yes, there is a bridge as a crucial component of the Agglayer. The Agglayer also makes sure that there's this concept called pessimistic proofs, where the Agglayer itself assumes that all chains are malicious. And so a chain that submits proofs to the Agglayer must prove that it's valid. And when it proves that it's valid, then the transfer will go through properly and the bridge will function as intended. So we have these protections in here where even if a chain gets wrecked, it will not contaminate the other chains. And all of the chains can communicate through this common infrastructure, this unification layer, where we just have unified liquidity of tokens across all of these different chains. So that's kind of the point of it.
Okay. Now this is like going to be, is it going to be a layer 3 on Polygon or matic? Is that what it is?
No, so there's no chain.
I'm sorry.
There's no chain.
There's no chain.
No, there's no chain. Okay. There's no chain. The Agglayer is just a set of nodes that are, it's not a rollup. It's a set of chains.
Not a rollup.
No, it's a set of, So it's a set of nodes that collect proofs and then mathematically aggregate them into one proof and then submit that proof to the L1, to the layer 1. There is no chain.
Oh, I got it. Okay. I'm sorry. Like I said, I'm not a dev, so you have to excuse my ignorance. So I seen that you guys are going to be in Bangkok next month. Are you coming along?
Yes. So we have aggregated.dev. This is the Agg Summit, which will talk about aggregation in general, but not just the Agglayer. It will be there. We have a lot of sponsors that are actually competition. We have a lot of people talking about ZK, people talking about aggregation in general, applications for real-world applications of cross-chain transfers. All of that sweet stuff of collaborating across ecosystems will be happening on the Agg Summit, which is 2 days before DevCon. And then so that's aggregated.dev. And we will also be at DevCon, yes, in a strong presence. We have I think about 12 talks accepted from Polygon. So there will be a large, like a wide range of different speakers covered there and covering different topics of innovation that are coming out of Polygon Labs.
Nice. I thought you guys were coming on along with as far as a side event for DevCon, but you guys are coming before DevCon, huh?
Yes. So
November
before
10th,
DevCon,
11.
yeah, 10 and 11 for before DevCon, and then during DevCon, we will also have some side events during DevCon, but nothing as official as Agg Summit, because Agg Summit we're taking very seriously, and we want to make it into its own mini conference for these specific cross-chain interoperability things.
Okay, wonderful. Well, I know you have a lot to do. I just wanted to wrap this up. Did you have any way that anything you want to tell the fellow developers out there to how to reach you or how to reach your team? They need some assistance.
For sure. So we have this really generous grant program for developments in the ecosystem. If you have any kind of ideas, you are free to get in touch. You can find us, developer relations people, at bit.ly/meet-devrel, or just Google Meet the Devrel Polygon, and you'll find a page where we are all listed with our calendars. You can just schedule a free meeting. That's it. You just get in. Alternatively, our season 2 of the community grants is starting in October, and you will be able to submit your applications for that. Feel free to get in touch beforehand so we can help you polish your application and tell you how much it makes sense or doesn't make sense. It's our job to hold your hand from start to success. So don't hesitate to get in touch if you have a good idea that is anything beyond another DEX fork or a leverage lending fork. And we will happily guide you through the process and help you build out the use case that you have in mind. So don't hesitate to get in touch. Search for Meet the Devrel Polygon. You'll find us on the page.
Okay. I'll put the link in the description, and
thank you.
I appreciate you taking the time and sharing with our audience some of the finer points of Agglayer. Hopefully we get this all wrapped up so it's not fragmented. You know, it's still a pain to deal with blockchain, and I've been in it 5 years, and as a retail investor, and I know it's cumbersome. But yeah, hopefully we get this all figured out pretty soon.
That's the goal. That's the goal.
All right. Thanks so much, Bruno.
Cheers.
All right. Enjoy your day.